The Vision High School Sports Beat is brought to you by the 11 locally owned Vision Automotive Group dealerships, offering Buick GMC, Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Hyundai, Kia, and Nissan, and the resale division, with locations in Webster, Henrietta, Penfield, Fairport, Canandaigua, Ontario, and Palmyra, and online at visionauto.com. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us. This is the Vision High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. Every week at this time, we take a comprehensive look at sports in Section 5 in Monroe County and begin with our honor roll of high school teams. At number 3 this week, Rush Henrietta Indoor Track and Field. Boys and girls teams both claim Monroe County championships, 4 individual winners. Number 2, Greece Ice Hockey, the Storm, playing for the first time this year, get off to a 1-5-1 start, but have won 8 of their last 9. Antonio Lombardi is the point getter with 10 goals and 8 assists this year. And at number 1, Gates Chili boys basketball, suddenly a force this year. The Spartans defeated Fairport handily. They go 10-5 on the season. Gates has 2 really dynamic players in Keith Slack, who scored 34 in that game, and Thomas Jones, who added 25. They were the next to last undefeated boys basketball team in Section 5. Playing up 2 classes, leadership lost to McQuaid last weekend. That shouldn't matter much.
Academics first. Everybody good?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Remember, we gotta stay humble. So you gotta leave the Facebook and the media posts. Leave it alone. We're here to take care of our business. Okay. So let's have a real good practice. Okay. We'll start with the 3-on-2 drill. Everybody good?
Yeah.
Okay. Hustle. Work hard. Go ahead.
1, 2, 3.
Leadership Academy for Young Men is a mere 5 years old. The basketball team helps put the school on the map. Leadership won 2 Section 5 titles in Class B. A move into Class A2 last year produced a number 1 tournament seeding for the Lions before an unexpected early round exit in a loss to Wilson.
No, we don't talk about it very much. At the onset of the season, we talked a little bit about it, but now we don't talk about it. We just go each and every day about our business, working hard in practice, make sure we're doing the right thing in school. Okay, we get into establishing our defense first, and then from there, transition game. So we're just ready, and we're getting ourselves prepared for February.
Back on track, leadership won its first 13 games this year and appears headed for that number 1 seed again. The schedule is dotted with challenges. Aquinas, McQuaid, Edison, AAA-sized schools are each on the schedule twice. And the Lions have a game with Pittsford Sutherland coming up. They'll be tested, as will what could be the most potent backcourt in the section, senior Desmere Ellis and junior Rondell Watson.
Yeah, like if I get hot, my teammates, they find me. I'm open. Once the hot man on our team, when you hot, just give him the ball, and he gonna do it.
You and Desmere, I think, are probably the 2 most potent 1-2 punch maybe in the entire section. I mean, how's that feel?
Feels good. It's just we just sticking to practice. It comes in practice, then it shows off in the game.
Yeah, that's like little bro right there, man. We've been doing it forever, though. Like, I don't know how long we've been doing it together, though, but we've been playing around each other since we was little kids growing up around Rochester City.
What kind of a difference does it make playing with a guy for a long time like that?
We know how each other play, and we know when you're hot or not. We find it.
Yeah? How do you tell? Like, I mean, for instance, you guys just combined for 60 points and you're against Edison. How do you know who the hot guy is, and what happens when you're both hot at the same time?
We both hot. We just give the ball to each other, but also with our teammates, we can't leave our teammates out, so we have to look for our teammates too. It's about the whole team.
The Lions grew up as a group in a new school. Watson and Ellis are part of the leadership athletic culture. Reggie Simmons is the only coach the school's basketball team has had.
It's been a tremendous experience for me as a coach, being the first coach here and experiencing all the success and the dedication that the young men have put into it. I'm very excited about it all. Hey, but we're not going to let somebody come. Come on, bring it back in here.
Leadership professes high ideals. The school teaches respect, integrity, loyalty, accountability, and courage. and a commitment to graduation. It is a model of a city school that is attempting to make a difference.
We're trying to develop young boys to become young men. So we're trying to prepare them for college or be career ready. And the kids have really bought into what we're trying to establish here as a foundation for our school. And here we are 5 years later, and things are going very well.
How does that differ from the traditional public school?
Well, it's an all-boys setting, So we try to make our classroom instruction for our young men very competitive. I mean, we kind of survey them in terms of what they like to do best, and we kind of build a lot of our instruction around that.
I like how, because the teachers, they sit down with you and make sure you pass and they help you. Like, they help everybody on the team. No matter, they don't treat no one different. They treat everybody the same. That's what I like about the school, because they don't single out people. They treat everybody the same.
Do you mind that it's an all-boys school?
Yeah, honestly, it helped me focus better.
The basketball success is just a part of the whole here, but it is an important part. Why have you gotten better? I mean, you're really peaking now.
Honestly, I could say my coach. He put it in me though. Like, he just tell me to work hard every day. I come in here, get my work done, go 100 every day. That's how I think I'm gonna get better.
Pembroke, playing out of the Genesee region in Class C1, is 13-0, the lone remaining undefeated boys basketball team in Section 5. Coming up, the heir to the high school wrestling throne and Paul Gotham of Pick and Splinters talks high school hoops in our high school notebook when the Vision High School Sports Beat continues.
How we doing? Got the usuals.
The usual?
You know it.
Large dice, 1 mocha, cream, no sugar.
At Dunkin Donuts, we'll make sure your usual is just the way you like it. Now try new buttery toffee nut or winter white chocolate coffee flavor. America runs on Dunkin.
Welcome back to the Vision High School Sports Beat. Thanks for joining us. I'm Bill Pucko. It's time now for our Dunkin Donuts High School Notebook, and joining us, Paul Gotham, pickandSplinters.com. Paul, good story. I think you'll enjoy this. We did the leadership piece that was in the first segment of the show, and I had asked Coach Reggie Simmons for his stats. He goes to your page to find his stats. I thought that's pretty cool. So you're moving up in the world with this website of yours.
Reggie knows where to find the truth, right? And there's no secret that leadership has received plenty of coverage on Pick and Splinters, as they have deserved, certainly with the play of Rondell Watson and Des Ellis.
Hey, look, these are games that you saw, and you've made reference to Gates Chili, at least a month ago about, watch this team. Well, they had their signature game this week, didn't they?
Not only did they beat Fairport, but they walked off the court like they expected to beat them. There wasn't a dog pile or anything. There was some high fives, but they expected to win. They scored 82 points on a Fairport team that was holding teams under 50. Think about this. Fairport held Rush Henrietta to 56 points. Keith Slack and Thomas Jones III combined for 59 points. And it was kind of funny talking to Terry Nowden after the game and just asking him about Slack and Jones and asking to give a grade on how they're playing, and without even hesitation he said B-. They can improve. There's too much dribbling, there's not enough ball movement. They got a lot of pieces around them. Mark Morrison hit a couple threes. Damon Payton can kind of slip into the zone and score for them. They're a good team.
And on the upswing, which is really important in a classification that I look at the standings, I can't pick a winner.
Right now, they're third seed. As of today, they are third seed. They haven't been that high since 2011. And they're coming off a losing season last year, and they're starting to win games that they're supposed to win, and then they beat a team like Fairport. They have a lot of confidence right now.
So you got Fairport, you got Rush, you got Kearney and McQuaid, which you can never really know what to make of because they don't play a lot of Section 5 games. Well,
and Kearney goes out and beats Rush in overtime in an impressive win. They lost to Canisius in a game that Canisius has now won 2 games against Section 5 teams in the last minute of the game, but Kearney had the lead there in the last minute and gave it away. So Kearney, with their first five, I'll take their first 5 against anybody in AA. You get beyond there, it's a different story.
Yeah, that might be the answer to my question. I was going to say, if you put your website on the line here and pick a winner in that division as you see it now, who would you make the favorite?
If Kearney stays out of foul trouble right now, they're a tough team to beat.
And it's an anomaly because it feels like that the Class A1 is a lot stronger. There's higher profile teams playing in A1.
Well, certainly with Athena and Irondequoit. And oh, by the way, Sutherland is a team, they're able to keep and contain Athena, which nobody's able to do. Athena needed Nigel Scantlebury, the Scantlebury tail, if you will, with that final second. You like that one? The final second bucket. That was a great basket. They needed that to get past that Sutherland team. That's a tough team, too.
All right, keep up the good work.
Will do.
Paul Gotham, PickandSplinters.com, with our Dunkin Donuts High School Notebook. Coming up, we salute our Wegmans Making the Grade nominee with Kim, and later Frankie Gissendanner and the rest of the Penfield Patriots that he helps make better. When the Vision High School Sports Beat continues.
Welcome back, and thanks for watching the Vision High School Sports Beat. I'm Kim Burnson. It's time now for Making the Grade, brought to you by Wegmans. Wegmans is a proud supporter of Making the Grade, which highlights the accomplishments of Section 5 student athletes on and off the playing field.
Honored for Making the Grade this week is Livonia's Haley Pilati. Haley has been a standout track star since middle school. She's been a part of the varsity outdoor track and field team since 8th grade and has since appeared at States, the New Balance Nationals, and was a 2K steeplechase champion at the USA Junior Olympics in California. Haley was also a first-team All-Greater Rochester Runner of the Year in cross country. She became the first Section 5 female athlete to win 2 consecutive Class C titles. Her incredibly impressive work ethic not only shows on the track, but in her grades as well. She holds a 97 average in school and plans to attend Jacksonville University next fall. Livonia's Haley Pilati, this week's Making the Grade honoree.
If you have a student in mind for our Making the Grade segment, we want your nominations. Send them in to info@classywolf.com. Now here's Bill with the Section 5 calendar.
Here's the Section 5 calendar for the week ahead. Boys high school basketball on Tuesday. Fairport plays at Bishop Kearney and a 7:30 tip-off. Over on the girls' side, Penfield is at Mercy. The battle of 2 of the traditionally top teams in that sport. 7:30 on Monday as a make-up to the Mercy Mid-Season Classic. Hockey on Tuesday. A pair of note. The aforementioned Grease Storm hosts Webster Thomas, Lakeshore at 7, and 2-time defending sectional champion Pittsford travels to play at undefeated Victor at Thomas Creek at 7:15. RIT hosts the indoor track and field sectionals, Class B Friday at 6, Class A Saturday at 10 a.m., and the main event for the wrestlers, the state qualifiers, Friday and Saturday at SUNY Brockport. Get out and see a game. That's the Section 5 calendar for the week ahead. Frankie Gissendanner sharing his greatness at Penfield when the Vision High School Sports Beat continues. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. This is the Vision High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. Time now for a look at our honor roll of high school athletes. Number 3 this week, Taryn Wilson of the HFL girls basketball team. Taryn netted 27 points in a win over Batavia. The Cougars attended 5. Number 2, Nigel Scantlebury. Grease Athena boys basketball, Nigel scored 20 and got the game-winning hoop, breaking a tie with Pittsford Sutherland with 3 seconds left. The 13-1 Trojans' only loss to that point had been to Sutherland. And at number 1, McQuaid's Jermaine Taggart scored 30 as the Knights handed Leadership Academy its first loss of the year. Those teams will play again next week at McQuaid. Yanni Giacomo-Hollis graduated from Hilton High School last year and has moved on to athletic stardom at Cornell. But he was not the only nationally ranked wrestler here. Hello, Frankie Gissendanner. He won the first of his 5 straight Section 5 wrestling titles as a 7th grader. The last 3 of those resulted in state championships. This year, he added first-place finishes at the Eastern States Classic and the Powerade Christmas Nationals in Pennsylvania to his already crowded resume. Frankie Gissendanner, a senior at Penfield High School, is a wrestler of limitless ability.
He's improved technically, he's improved maturity-wise. He's always been one of the best competitors I've been around. It's a natural instinct for him. He's one of those guys, as I had mentioned, that he dislikes losing much more than he enjoys winning, and his competitive nature is one of the best I've seen.
Like 2008, I was like 8 years old. I was playing football, and my coach asked me to play to wrestle for Pittsburgh because he had his son and he did the club over there. So I tried it out, and then I ran into Coach Kropman. If you know Cooper Kropman, Max Kropman, I ran into his dad, and ever since then we've practiced. I started practicing with Penfield, and then became the manager of varsity. So that's pretty much how I started.
What is more difficult to gauge is the effect having a nationally ranked wrestler in the room impacts the other Patriots. John Leone likens him to a coaching assistant, and it's a role that Gissendanner embraces.
I love showing them new things every day. I love drilling with them, going live with them. It's a team, it's my family. It's not even them. It's just I love hanging around my family. It's fun.
Is that something you've grown to appreciate as you got older, that you were able to give more back?
Oh, yes, for sure. Traveling to Fargo, learning different styles, precision into the next level of different styles also. It's definitely grew on me that I should show others that what I got, and for sure show them in the practice that where it takes to work hard and stuff like that.
Among those most directly impacted is junior Joey Kokoza, who practices down 2 weight classes to work with Frankie.
Just working with him, I've gotten a lot better, but he's always to the next move. You always have to be on your toes, because he comes out here and he doesn't really care who you are. He doesn't care that you're a teammate. He'll come out and just beat you down if you aren't ready for him.
Are there any things that you can do against him that that you think maybe make him better as a result?
I definitely, when we live wrestle a lot, I do get on his legs a lot, and usually when I do that, we scramble. I make him work for that. So getting on his legs is because a lot of people don't really getting on his legs a lot or shoot on him. So for me to do that, make him work, I feel like it is getting him better in that situation.
Cooper Kropman is the 4th of 5 wrestling Kropman brothers performing at Penfield. Just a freshman, but already a 2-time sectional champion. Kropman's influences are many, but he counts Gissendanner among them.
Being with Frankie is just, you want to get as good as him, and he pushes you every day. Maybe stay after practice, do a couple extra shots, do a couple extra sprawls. It just makes you better.
So is it just time spent is time well spent with Frankie?
Yeah. Every minute you're getting better, no matter what you're doing with him. It's just, he's the best practice partner you can get.
Gissendanner's in the process of selecting a college. He missed part of the Penfield football season to attend to those matters. Wherever he winds up, and his options are many, this is a good time to be Frankie.
Yeah, it's awesome experience. You see different college atmospheres, and then you see the difference between even the size of the school. You hang around high school every day with your friends and everything like that, and the students. Then you go to college and you see 10 times the amount. You're just wow, everything is just so bigger.
What's the thing that's been most impressive to you?
The college team atmosphere. One of the teams I was hanging out with played paintball. Other team I was hanging out with, we went to the movies. I kind of like the team atmosphere, part of the view of college and everything like that, and how it's you have freedom, but you do it with the team and everything like that. And since you guys are older, we have responsibilities and stuff like that. So I think it's pretty cool.
He's a born competitor, but he's developed himself as a wrestler through camps and going to some of the highest level competitions. And we were so fortunate in Rochester to have Yanni around. What's a great example? Frank's worked out with Yanni, and even Aaliyah, Yanni's dad, what a great coach. He's benefited from him. So I think if you do look at this a little bit, they talk about how it takes a village to raise a kid sometimes. I think we've had a little bit of that.
In circle, good job. Snap the football. Right through the legs, boom. Sit him down. Good job, team. Head in the heart, man. Head in the heart. You don't have that in the heart, you got no shot with this.
Gissendanner wraps up his high school career at Penfield in the state championships February 23 and 24 at the Times Union Center in Albany, looking for his 4th straight state championship. We'd like to thank our sponsors, especially the 11 dealerships at the Vision Automotive Group. They make the Sports Beat possible, as do you. Thanks once again for watching. We'll see you next week with the Vision High School Sports Beat.